The Batman Arkham games are great, and we get an amazing version of Batman in them. This is one of the best versions of Batman we have ever seen, especially in a video game, and Kevin Conroy is such a great actor for Batman. But today's video is Batman is overpowered in the Arkham games. In the Arkham games, Batman has done so many incredible things, and he's accomplished things that it seems like it would be very hard, obviously, for any normal person to be able to do. But this is Batman, so of course he's gonna do things that most people just can't. He's done things in the Arkham games that, compared with some other versions of Batman, they just haven't done things that seem as impressive. Arkham Batman, starting with Arkham Origins, he was able to beat Bane when Bane used his venom, and he became huge and so muscular and strong and literally had full control of Batman and grip on Batman. Could have beat him probably right there. And we've seen Bane before in other versions of Batman and just in the comics break Batman, be the one to break the bat and beat him. But Batman managed to win this time with such a powerful version of Bane. Bane in Arkham Origins is not only strong and just, very powerful, but he's also intelligent as well, so he's overall well-rounded, and he was able to beat this Bane even before he used more of the venom, to become bigger and stronger. Batman beat him and then brought him back to life. Bane becomes, bigger and stronger, and he beats him. Batman, this is incredibly impressive for him to be able to do, especially since this is when Batman is pretty new at being Batman and doesn't have much experience yet in Arkham Origins. What's the chances of him being able to beat Bane like this? Make the choices he made, bringing Bane back to life, being in the position he was in, Bane getting so angry and just holding Batman, but yet he still managed to find a way to win. It's like, if you're able to get out of that situation alive, manage to win, like, that makes him feel almost unstoppable. Next, in Arkham Asylum, one of the most impressive things I think he does in this game is how he's able to deal with Scarecrow. Scarecrow uses his fear toxin on him. He does terrible things. He really tries to get to Batman and Batman's mental state, but Batman, he manages to get through all of this. He even, has times where he gets to see his parents, and the moment when he lost them, we got to see him almost as a young Bruce Wayne, and Scarecrow takes him through all these nightmares, him opening up his parents' body bags, but yet he has the mental toughness, even though he's being taken full advantage over by Scarecrow. This shows how strong Batman's mindset is. This shows how disciplined and tough he really is. Batman is extremely intelligent, and having a mind that is this strong and he's just able to do what he must is really powerful. So at the same time, being overpowered doesn't just come down to how powerful you are in terms of powers and physical strength, but at the same time how powerful your mind is, how ambitious and determined you are. And Batman, he has a lot of these traits that make him have such a powerful and great mindset that gives him so much power and control over himself. His ability to control himself is just so powerful, and it's shown a lot in these Scarecrow nightmares. In Arkham City, one of the things that happens to Batman that shows just how powerful he is the scene where Joker took advantage of Batman and had Batman wake up in the wheelchair, and he kicked Batman out the window, and Batman falls all the way down and manages to brush it off pretty easily. And I know Batman's had some pretty big falls, but the reason this one is so impressive is because he was in a wheelchair and didn't do anything to make the fall any less impactful. It was more so out of his control. This scene makes him seem a lot more superhuman. I also want to mention when he literally jumped inside Clayface's mouth at the end of Arkham City and then sliced him open from the outside and jumped right back out. Like, what in the world? Who can do that? Like, what human can do what he did there? That is just incredible. That is extremely impressive. Not only for him, just to beat Clayface, but for him to jump inside Clayface's mouth and slice him open from the inside and act like it was nothing for him. It just really says a lot about him. It says a lot about what he thinks about himself. It says a lot about his self-belief. He really believes in a way that he is unstoppable. Batman's mind, it's what makes him so powerful. It almost seems like Batman thinks he can do just about anything. He doesn't limit himself. And that's what makes Arkham Batman so much more powerful. Having so much self-belief. Not limiting himself. Not holding himself back. Now, Arkham Knight really shows why Arkham Batman is so overpowered. He was able to stop all these villains, all these crazy things from happening in just one night. Batman, he was already dealing with being infected by the Joker's blood and slowly turning into a Joker, while there was other people also infected with Joker's blood, and he had Joker talking to him in his mind. He had to deal with Scarecrow and the stress of how everybody left Gotham out of fear. Scarecrow is one of Batman's most dangerous villains because of his fear toxin and the whole fear aspect. Plus, he had to deal with Jason Todd being the Arkham Knight and then deal with the mental and emotional pain from that. And Riddler was even more prominent in this game than the games before. And the Riddler is one of the most mentally challenging and just mentally disturbing. He almost attacks Batman's mental state and just completely annoys him. So this further shows Batman's mental toughness. It further shows what one of Batman's most overpowered aspects is. It's his mind. It's his mindset. It's how he's able to control his emotions and his choices so well. He's able to control himself and not let these things get to him to the point where it stops him, where he decides to give up, where he doesn't succeed. At the end of Arkham Knight, Scarecrow injected Batman with the fear toxin, but it didn't do anything to him. He had literally so much mental toughness, and he became so powerful. He gained so much control over his mind. He has so much control over himself that it couldn't affect him. He had no fear. And then he was able to use this to his advantage to beat Scarecrow. Batman was unmasked in front of the whole city, but yet he didn't let it get to him. He didn't let it stop him. He didn't let it bother him. He didn't let it limit him. The amount of chaos and terrible mind games Batman has to deal with in Arkham Knight, all these mental attacks, because Batman's villains, they're not only physical threats, but they're also mental threats. They often play more of a mental game. They often try to attack your emotions. But Batman, he's able to not let it stop him. We can see in Arkham Origins another time showing just how strong Batman's mindset has been since the beginning. When he gets into the argument with Alfred, because Alfred's worried about him, he even tells Alfred, he says, it's not that he may be, it's that he is. As if he knows, so confidently. It shows his self-belief. When the mugger or the thief stops to think twice, that is fear. That is what I am. Alfred thinks he's in over his head, but Batman tells him he knows he's not in over his head. Batman acts as if he already knows he's gonna do something before he even does it. He has that much confidence. He has that much self-belief. He knows that he's gonna be able to reach his goal, to succeed before he does it, because he believes in himself that much. He believes that he's that powerful because he wants it that bad. So the thing that makes Batman so powerful is his mind. It's his mindset. It's his control over his mental state and his emotions. It's his ability to control himself and do what he needs to. It's what he thinks about himself. It's his ability to believe something's gonna happen before it ever did. It's his ability to always do anything he puts his mind to and makes it a goal to accomplish. Batman is overpowered in the Arkham games because of his mindset. Let me know in the comments, what do you think? Do you think that Batman is overpowered in the Arkham games? Do you think that Batman has a very strong mindset? Do you think there's a big way that shows why Arkham Batman's so overpowered that I didn't mention? Or why do you think Batman is so overpowered in the Arkham games? Remember to subscribe, to turn on notifications. I really hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in another Cosmic Chaos video. Bye!